Hello again, friends and neighbors. Tom Fretz, the Virginia Picker over here in Southampton County, back with you for one more episode on the Virginia Picker channel. We are here in the heart of Southampton County, Virginia, which has so much history, it's just unbelievable. This is a very common sight around here. I'm just driving down the road and came across these 6 guys and gals, working their way through the crop field, getting a little breakfast. So it seemed like you guys really appreciated the peanut crop harvest. So I thought I'd show you a little bit of cotton, Southampton County cotton. So this is what it looks like on the plant. I guess you would call it a plant. Yeah, just big balls of cotton. And you can feel seeds in there. So when it goes through the cotton gin, it separates, gets the seeds out and all the impurities. Typically, the cotton is harvested last because it's more impervious to rain and cold weather than the other crops are. The machine that harvests the cotton is just like a big vacuum cleaner, and it basically sucks the cotton right off of the stalk. And they put it in large bales. So I'll try to show you some of that if I can come across someone harvesting cotton here in the next week or so. But that's what it looks like on the plant. Sorry about the wind, but I did want to show you this cotton harvest. You can see that we do about 4 rows at a time. And it's basically just a big vacuum cleaner. You see the cotton blowing into the back of the container there. Pretty simple. Up and down the rows. That cotton will probably be in the next t-shirt or pair of underwear that you buy. Hello again, friends and neighbors. Tom Fretz, the Virginia Picker over here in Southampton County, back with you for one more episode on the Virginia Picker channel. We are here in the heart of Southampton County, Virginia, which has so much history, it's just unbelievable. Some of the old homes date back to 1742. One, as you saw, was designed by Thomas Jefferson. This video is actually the first of a series of videos that I hope to do on some of the historic homes in Southampton County. I'm actually doing a construction project right now on one of those homes. This home is in a location where there at one time was a small village with a thriving commercial business area. The railroad came through this little village, and so all of the businesses and residences popped up around the railroad depot. There were several stores in the area. There was a hotel. There were several manufacturing businesses in the area. And back around the year 2000, a couple of friends of mine moved into the husband's grandfather's house, and with the help of a lot of family, did some renovations on the house and moved in. 25 years later, some repairs are needed, so we are working on the repairs, and they are also adding approximately 500 square feet of living space in the form of a master bath and master bedroom complex. The original part of the house was built in the late 1700s, and it has been enlarged several times over the years since then. The interior of the house is really awesome, but we have it pretty well torn up at this point from the construction work. So As we finish this project, we will show you some of the interior. For now, I will just show you around the project and show you what we're working on. Any project like this begins with a set of plans that also include a site plan of how the house sits on the property. These are the various drawings that we created and turned in order to get the permit for the construction. As I mentioned, we're adding a bedroom-bathroom complex to the west end of the house, and we are going to do our best to make it blend in with the older parts of the house and make it look as similar as possible. So these are some of the various types of plans that are required by the county in order to obtain a permit. They want to see the elevations, how it will look from the outside, and all of the construction components and the interior plans, especially as related to emergency egress in case of a fire, to make sure you'll be able to get out through a window, that the window is large enough to exit through that window in case of a fire. So far we have done quite a few repairs to the outside where water has done damage over the years. We've repaired some of the porch joists and places where things are sagging due to deteriorating wood components and replacing those. Repairing the wood columns and the soffit and fascia, the beams above the columns where they had been deteriorated. We're doing some repairs on this particular window today, and you can see where it needed to be repaired there, had some damage. We've pulled off the bottom course of siding along here. That will also need to be replaced. So the owners had decided they wanted to do this room addition, a master bedroom bathroom complex. Part of it will be a two-story addition to the upstairs bedroom as well. But originally we came over here to do some repairs, and on the back of this house there was a place where water had been coming off the roof and splashing up onto the back side of the main section there, just to the left of where you see that piece of plywood. And because of the water penetration into the original structure of the house, they also had a termite infestation, which we were not aware of until we cut into the beam inside, and thousands of termites came out of there. So here you can see on the ground where we have outlined the footprint of the new room addition, and those orange markings will be used by the contractor to dig the footings. One of the really cool things about this house is the windows. You can see this window practically goes from floor to ceiling, and it's great for ventilation, and you can also use it as an emergency exit if necessary. Here you can see some of the work we've done inside, taking out some of the walls and the floors, doing those repairs. This is an original fireplace. You can see where we have sistered up some floor joists to the original probably 4x10 floor joists, and taking out some of the wall areas. This will eventually be opened up to the other side. We also had to shore up the hearth around that fireplace there, and you can see the original wood flooring. So you see a beam under the joist, and then you see the joists that are tied in over to where the original beam was that we had to reconstruct out of treated lumber. The original beam there was approximately 12 by 12, and so when we reconstructed it from today's dimensional lumber, it was not 12 inches wide, and therefore we had to sister the joists with new lumber from the old joist to tie back into the new beam that we had constructed there. This area was originally a bathroom right off of the master bedroom, and in the new plan this will be a closet area, part of a large closet just off the master bedroom. That post actually holds up the original corner of the house, when they removed the walls to add this addition 25 years ago, they had to install that post to keep the original corner of the house intact. This is the same bedroom looking back out toward the front porch. There's that tall window and the original door going over to the entryway of the house in the front of the house there. We definitely had some good help, some good advisors for this project, and we didn't have to pay them a whole lot. So here we go. We've got everything ready to start digging the footings and waiting for the contractor to get here to dig them up. We had to take out part of the deck. We had to take an old pergola off of the deck that we had built maybe 10 years ago. Pull out part of the deck and take up some of the slab that was under the deck so that we could dig the footing for the new addition. So here we are a few days later. The footing has been poured and it has cured out. Bricklayer is here starting to set up the block foundation. As soon as he gets the block work done, he will put the brick veneer on it and we will continue to move forward. Now we can see it start to come together in 3 dimensions. And you can see where the brick vents are going. The foundation vents will be going where those blocks are turned sideways. That's for airflow under the foundation in the crawl space area. Now we got the brick done. And you can see we tried to match the old foundation vent appearance in the new wall that we just built. Ready to get going with the framing. And here they are. Framers are here. This old house, as most old houses, not exactly plumb or level, so a lot of accommodation has to be made for that when you're building the new part. The large window that you see there on the left will be just above the bathtub, and the area on the right there will be a utility room area. Bathroom will also have a sauna and a large walk-in shower. We did our best to match the new roof slope to the old roof slope, so it looks to be part of the original structure as much as possible. We had to cut through the old roof here to get a place to build our new wall for the second floor part, so it would be sitting on top of an existing wall on the first floor. And we got the first floor framed up, ready to start on the second floor. These guys are good and they're fast. The roof slope on the second floor is minimal pitch for a membrane, which is a commercial type of roofing. It's better than shingles and can be used on a lower pitch. And we were trying to keep as much interior space as possible, so we didn't want a lot of pitch on that roof. We wanted to try to maintain 8 feet inside, even at this closest wall where the window is there by that ladder. And we were able to do that. The new addition will have matching wood siding that'll be matched to the original, and a metal standing seam roof that will be matched to the existing part of the house, even though it's not original, obviously from 200 years ago, but it's a good looking green metal roof. So in the process of our demolition, we pulled the siding off, exposing the original exterior chimney, and found this date on there, 1838. Pretty cool. We are still doing some framing details on the inside of the house, but we are working on fabricating some false columns just for the appearance to try to match what's on the front porch. You can see these columns. They're about 7 inches by 7 inches. They've got some nice trim at the top and bottom, so we're going to try to recreate that on the outside corners of the room addition. This is the plan for that. And this is what it looks like before it's dressed out in the white vinyl. But we realized that we will also now need to create a pier underneath each one of those with brick to make it look like it's not floating in midair. The windows are going in today as well. Got a few of those in already. Working on the big one now. This can be a little difficult on a windy day. The gutter man is here today as well, and he's putting gutters on the existing part of the house, and he will also be installing gutters on the new room addition. The company that's doing the gutters also does metal roofing, and they're doing a great job on this, making this look just like the original part of the house. Got the roof going on, looking pretty good. Okay folks, we're going to leave you today with some video of the roof man doing his thing. They're doing a great job on the roof installation, and it's going to look awesome when it's finished. Thanks for coming back to watch another episode of the Virginia Picker channel today. I appreciate it a lot. Please like and subscribe and share and leave a comment. I'll be interested to hear your thoughts on this old house and this project that we're working on right now. I hope to be able to bring you more video of the interior as we finish out the interior of the project. It's going to be an awesome looking bathroom. So come back and check us out again soon. And until then, stay safe, be happy, and enjoy the journey.